everyone, I'm Michelle with Designs by JuJu, and in today's video tutorial, we're going to be using the new Star Spangled Stitches Set 1, the pieced flag block, to make a flag-inspired banner for your porch or 4th of July decor. The new Star Spangled Stitches collection comes in 4 sets. Each set includes 7 sizes. In today's tutorial, I will be stitching the 6x6 size. The sets are designed to be mixed together to create any number of projects that you choose. They are also sized to fit our quilting backdrops available from Designs by JuJu. Let's grab our supplies and get started. For today's flag-inspired banner tutorial, I'm going to be using the 6x6 pieced flag block from the Star Spangled Stitches Set 1. You will need the following supplies to make this project. Fabric cut according to the supply list listed within your PDF download. I have some red, white, and blue. I also will be adding some binding to my project as well as a tab along the top. So here's my background fabric that I will be using for that. Cutaway mesh embroidery stabilizer. I'm going to be using magicMESH cutaway embroidery stabilizer from Designs by JuJu Plus. Batting. I'm going to be using loftySOFT batting from Designs by JuJu Plus. Embroidery thread. I have some traditional embroidery thread as well as some metallic that I will be using for the detail stitching on the flag. And lastly, I have a wide assortment of ribbons and bows that I plan to use to embellish my banner as our final step. So let's head over to the embroidery machine and let's get stitching. We are over at my embroidery machine and I already have my 6x10 hoop loaded onto my embroidery machine. Again, I'm using magicMESH cutaway embroidery stabilizer for this project, and I'm ready to go ahead and run the first stitch on my 6x6 pieced flag block, which is going to be the placement line for my batting. Next, I'm going to place my batting directly on top of those placement stitches, and I'm going to run the tack down to secure my batting in place. Next, I'm going to remove my hoop from my embroidery machine, and I'm going to trim away the excess batting right outside of that tack down stitch, making sure not to trim any of the stitches. I've just trimmed away the excess batting, and so now I'm ready to run the next stitch, which is going to be the placement line for my first flag stripe. Next, I'm going to place my first piece of fabric directly on top of those placement stitches, and I want to make sure that I have at least a 1/2 inch seam allowance around the sides and the bottom. That will be important as we go to make our project later using these blocks. Next, I'm going to run the tack down stitch to secure my fabric in place. Next, I'm going to trim away some of this excess fabric just along the top edge here. I don't want to trim away the excess fabric along the sides or bottom because, again, I want to make sure I have at least a 1/2 inch seam allowance as I go to assemble my project later. I've just trimmed away that excess fabric along the top and I've cut my edges there at an angle. So the next stitch is going to be the placement line for my next piece of fabric. For this next stripe, we're going to be doing the flip and stitch method. So I went ahead and removed my hoop so you could see the stitch that just ran. So right here, this outermost stitch line was the tack down for our first piece of fabric. Right here is the placement stitch that just ran. And that's going to be the placement stitch for our first piece of flip and stitch fabric that we're going to do. So I'm going to be using white as my second piece of fabric. And I'm going to position my fabric with the right sides facing down, making sure to leave about a 1/2 inch seam allowance above that placement line. Next, I'm going to place my hoop back onto my machine, and I'm going to run the tack down stitch to secure this fabric in place. So we've just tacked down that fabric here along the top edge. So now we're going to flip it and give it a good finger press, and we'll load it back onto our machine, and we're going to run the tack down stitch that's going to run right along the top and sides of the white fabric. I'm going to repeat this exact same process for the remaining stripes on my flag. That's it for the stripes. So I'm just going to finish trimming this fabric here along the sides. And again, I'm going to leave the fabric along the top edge long. So I have no excess fabric over here. In this triangle portion, we're going to add our blue piece over there after we do our detail stitching that's going to run between the seams of each of the stripes. I'm going to be using my silver metallic thread for this stitch step. I'm going to run that step off camera and we'll check back in once it's complete. My decorative detail stitching is complete, so I'm ready to add my final piece of fabric over here. So the first stitch is going to be the placement line for my fabric, and again, we're going to be doing the flip and stitch method. Next, I'm going to place my fabric right side facing down, again, leaving at least a 1/4 inch overlap, and I'm going to run the tack down stitch to secure that fabric in place. Next, I'm going to flip that fabric and run the tack down stitch to secure it in place. Flip and stitch. And I'm ready to run my final stitch, which is going to be the decorative stars. I'm going to run those off camera and then we'll check back in once they're complete. I've just finished stitching my pieced flag block, so now I'm ready to remove it from my hoop. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim away my excess stabilizer from around the block. So I'm going to use my trimmer by George, and I'm going to fold my fabric forward and out of the way. And I'm going to use a rotary cutter and just remove all of this excess stabilizer. Next, I am going to trim away the excess fabric, leaving a 1/2 inch seam allowance around the entire block. Now the options are really limitless. There are so many things you can do with these Star Spangled Stitches blocks. I'm going to have a multitude of blog posts linked below. We will have a variety of fun and unique projects showcasing all 4 sets of the Star Spangled Stitches blocks. And you will see so many great and inspirational projects, as well as many featured on our website. But as I stated in today's tutorial, I'm going to be doing a flag-inspired banner. So for this next step, I am going to be adding some binding as well as a tab to the top of my block. I have already completed 2 other little panel blocks off camera. These are both ready to go onto my banner. So I'm going to go ahead and add some binding to this using that background fabric we had earlier. And I'm also going to add a tab. And there we go. All 3 of my little flag inspired pennants are complete. So now I'm ready to add them to my banner. Now, again, there are many ways that you could do this. I'm going to show you the way I plan to add these to a very fun and festive banner. So as I showed at the beginning of the video, there are a variety of supplies you could use for your little decorations. I've added these really cute shabby bows using 3 different ribbons. So I'm going to show you how I did that and how I plan to add these cute little blocks onto my banner. So I've already got a long piece of jute, and so I'm going to find the end of it. And with my little tab that I added here, I am going to string it on to my banner. Okay, once you have it through, I'm just going to pull all of this excess jute through. And I've got my first bow and my first pennant flag here on my banner. So now I'm ready to grab my next bow to add. And I've just got these really fun burlap bows here. I have no idea where I got this ribbon. I have had it for a very long time now. I used it actually in my wedding, so I cannot link it for you in our Amazon storefront, but you can find something similar or choose something that matches with the aesthetic you're going with. So I'm just going to place it on top of my jute twine here, and then I also have just some regular red ribbon, and I'm going to place it on top of that bow. Next, I'm going to take a piece of blue that's a little bit thinner in width, and I'm going to take it around both of my pieces of ribbon. And then with this ribbon, I'm going to tie a 3rd bow on top to secure my other 2 bows in place. You can play with it to get it twisted just right. And there we go. There's our second one. So I'm just going to continue this process for the entire length of my banner. And there we go. Our flag inspired banner is complete. So here's my first bow, my first pieced flag, and we just keep on going all the way to the other end. It's so cute. I will insert a picture of this hanging so you can get a better idea of what it looks like, but it is precious to say the least. You could obviously add a lot more of these pieced blocks if you want to, or you can add in some of the other blocks that are included within the Star Spangled Stitches line. There's so many awesome ones, and these will be so fun this upcoming holiday season. We just completed stitching our flag-inspired banner created using the Star Spangled Stitches Set 1 pieced flag block. As you saw on camera, these blocks are very easy to stitch, and the possibilities for creation are absolutely endless. In this tutorial, I showed you how you could use 3 of the same coordinating blocks, but you could mix and match any of the blocks from the 4 sets to create a project that's truly one of a kind. I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to check the description box below where you'll find additional helpful links as well as a list of other tutorials created using the Star Spangled Stitches collection. Also, make sure to join the Designs by JuJu Blessings Facebook group for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. We hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy stitching!